Does that make a little more sense?
Oh yeah, yeah. You wonder what are you thinking, or what gives you that thought?
Because if you continue to try to tell yourself, I should be a compassionate person, right? Then you're still attached to the concept. You're still doing it through the ego, right? To detach yourself is to come back to yourself. To detach from something, to come back. Have clarity with yourself first, through your mind.
I have a question on question number 3. I'm able to see my thoughts that are there, that are already there, and then just watch them until they fade. But this question says, were you able to see your thoughts before they manifest themselves? Is that an advanced technique or advanced practice? An advanced practice?
Yeah, that's the deeper meditation. You can really see that. In general, we see the thought that's already there, but we don't see that before the thought arises.
So that's more advanced.
It's like the gun shooting, you see the bullet, you don't see the original, the bullet come out because it's go too fast. The bullet is go too fast from your naked eye. It's like our mind, the same thing, our thought, the same thing. When you're in deep meditation, you can see really. When your mind is actually stillness, you can see the thought arise, where it's come from. But say our mind, the thought is so fast, just like the bullet come out from the gun. We cannot see from the bullet come from the hole of the gun. We already see the bullet is out here already. So it's like the waterfall is the same thing. When you look deeply in the waterfall, there's drop by drop. There's not the whole water falling. So like H2O, they are combined together. If you use the microscope, you can see water is bound by H2O. You cannot use your naked eye to see water. We all see the water is just one, but actually it's all drop by drop. H2O is combined together. With your deep stillness, you can see like thought the same thing. So when you're in deep meditation, you're in deep thought, stillness, you can see your thought arise and go. That's why between thought and thought there's a gap. Usually we cannot see that gap, the space, because it's go too fast. Right? Our thoughts go too fast from this to that. Only through meditation, many experience, deep meditation. That's why our master to teach us to sit meditation 2 hours. You have more time. Deep meditation, you see it clearly. If you sit 1 hour, it's not strong enough. That's why Zen master they can sometimes sit like day, weeks, month, because they put more effort, more energy, more stillness to their stop their thinking mind, and they're able to see clearly. Generally, when we walk in doing activity, we don't see our thought very clearly, right? It's go too fast. Only through meditation, right? So anybody see your thought? Slow down today, or is it go too fast? That's why we have what we call Nyap Thak. We have more time for retreat, for self-retreat, 49 days, 3 months, 6 months by ourselves. When you go in that level, you can see your thought. Because all this month, this hours we spend to see our mind, look deeply our mind, and we are able to see clearly without any context outside the world. That's like hermit, Zen master that stay in cave, mountain. They able to seclude themselves and work on their thought, work on their mind. Only for us, we only see the thought that's come and go, it's just normal. Right? And sometimes you have that cleanse through your meditation weekly, daily. You can experience that. That's why in true meditation, when a thought arises, they just pop up right away. They don't let the thought continue. It's like a bubble arises, you just pop it. You let your bubble continue to get bigger and bigger. Everybody can see your thought before it arises.
So how do you know you're advancing? You sit and you see a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
The more thoughts that you can see doesn't mean that you're not being mindful. That just means you're more mindful. You're able to see more and more because they're so fast, right? Before you only see, you sit for 5 minutes, maybe you see 10 thoughts. That's because you missed out on the thousands that manifest itself. But when you get better, maybe you see 100 thoughts within that same 5 minutes. That's when you get better. Now, when he talked about the space in there, talk about manifestation. Okay, you catch the trail of the thought, but what's the emptiness right behind that? That space right in between that.
Stillness.
The stillness, yes. That's part of the manifestation for the next one.
Huh. That's interesting because the very last meditation, I sat in a chair because I felt my hips were getting tired, and I thought I was real fidgety, and I couldn't understand why the last one I was more fidgety than the first one. I had a lot more thoughts coming and going.
The last
That
one or the
makes
first
sense.
one? You have
Was that
the last one or the first one?
the last one?
Yeah,
But
because
was
your
that
mind is
through
more
the
calm.
yoga? Pardon me?
Probably your mind is more calm when you see your last thought.
Yeah, I thought I was getting upset with myself because I thought you're not settling down, you're too fidgety. But that makes sense. It's actually better to get more thoughts going.
To identify, to be able to identify all the thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think the yoga woke me up, and then
You're fresh.
the walk. Yeah. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It sounds like that.
Okay, next question.
Some of us were discussing the fact that we like being reminded and talking about being thankful for the food that we're eating and who grew the food, who prepared the food, who's serving the food to us, and to be really remember those things. But also, I'm assuming that the singing that you're doing before is a song of thanksgiving for the food. Is that true? Or chanting, I don't know if I'm calling it the right thing. Can you talk a little bit about what you're saying for those of us who don't speak the language
Oh, the
and
Vietnamese.
what the focal point is?
We have the
for that?
English version.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do?
We do
Oh,
have
I'd
the
love to
English
see
version.
that.
We have a lot down there.
Yeah. So
That'd be great.
in the downstairs dining room, if you go towards the window,
Yes.
we have this
Ah.
in there. So yeah, there's on one side
Vietnamese and
There's-
I
there's
have
the English
no
version.
idea.
Yeah, it's one of it is the mantra, and
Okay,
one of
yeah.
the mantra is the Paramita mantra,
Yes.
the Heart Sutra.
Right.
Yeah, and it's also part of what I said down there about the 3 vows and
Yes.
the 5 contemplations.
Right.
That's part of it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can look at that. And,
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You want to take one down?
Yeah,
we
so
don't-
you can go down there and
Okay,
grab one if you like. Yeah. And sometimes it's good to take that and practice at home before you
Yeah,
eat. Just a
yes.
reminder of
Right.
that we're all interconnected. That's why we need to have compassion for ourselves as well as others.
Yes.
Okay. So we do Thanksgiving every day, huh?
Yes. Yes. Do you? Yeah. Nice.
Okay, anybody else? We have 5 minutes, right?
When's the next retreat?
Next retreat, probably July 1st.
July 1st.
July 1st?
The first Saturday in July. And I spoke to a few of you. I do give a meditation workshop, and my meditation workshop talks about the neuroscience, the physiology, the psychological side of meditation, how to change your chemistry, how to change your brain, and we talk about the differences and how you apply certain type of meditation to certain things that happen in your life. Like how do you deal with feeling? How do you deal with sensation? What technique you use for that? So if you're interested in that, then maybe, in your comment, you can write that if you're interested in that, and maybe I'll talk to Tay, and maybe we can have a
retreat.
yeah, a retreat or a workshop. Yeah, because it takes it's about 6 hours. 6 hours, but that 6 hour includes lecture and practice at the same time. So we learn about the technique and you practice. You learn, and then all a building block to the whole.
We've already been here for 8.
What's that?
We've already been here for 8, so 6 hours shouldn't be that.
And we'll talk about the difference between the Vipassana technique and how the Zen technique is related to that. You see the difference. So, because not everyone is not one technique works well for everyone. That's why it's good to understand all the techniques that's available. And we're only talking about Buddhist technique, not other, not yoga, meditation, or anything like that. And then you can decide what works for you. And then those techniques may change in time as you practice, too. Right?
Question, comment?
I like the schedule. It flows very, very well.
It's fast.
That's why we do 24 hours.
Yeah. Or 2 days. You should try 10 days. There is a Vipassana meditation center about 2 hours from here. They have 10-day retreat all the time, at least once a month throughout the year.
That's the one in Chehalis?
It's close to Chehalis. It's in on Alaska. The name of the town is on Alaska. It's about 30 minutes from Chehalis, east of Chehalis.
Yeah. You can go there and try.
Yeah.
10 days silent meditation from 5 to 9 p.m. So you're either sitting meditation or you're walking meditation throughout.
Is the Vipassana that you teach in your workshop similar to the Vipassana in that 10-day retreat?
Yes.
Is that the one taught by S.M. Goenka?
Yes. But his is I teach the basic concept of Vipassana because within Vipassana itself, different teachers use different things as a point of focus. Like Goenka, he uses noticing the breath underneath the nostril. I have other teachers use the abdomen, the rising and falling of the abdomen as the point of focus. So within Vipassana technique itself, there's different ways of doing it. What I explain is I explain the basic technique of Vipassana and how it relates to the Zen practice. Where is it different? question? No?
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Retreat.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the wonderful day
you.
and take the retreat to your life. And I will see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. We have a comment. I'd like to ask you for your comments, and there's a couple questions, several questions there that will help us create a better retreat.